Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Farm thinking right out here in the lab. I do a lot of stuff out in this lab for you, but I'm enjoying what I do. Hope you do too. Let's get going and what I got for you today. It's gonna be a good one. Rightism, 25 rules to live by, storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's handle our business. Right thinking mission. That's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'm asking you the question. Do you know you? You will when I get through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my eye, be true. Right thinkers. Here's a philosophical phrase I'm trying to break down to you. Hopefully you get it. There's a message here. Right thinkers, let's talk about learning to love and respect thyself, aka your higher self, or we know it commonly known as God. We got a whole different bunch of things that we can get to call God, and that's fine. Just understand whatever your symbol and whatever your philosophy is, if it's based on what's right and good, you'll be blessed with that. If not, you'll be victim of circumstance. Let's go. That's not a good place to be. Old man said, you won't know where this shit'll go blind. Right thinkers. Learning to love and respect your higher, aka thy. Who the hell is thy? And be like me. What you talking about? Know thyself. When I say thy, you say who? When I say God, yeah, that's who thy is. You didn't know that? All you Christians read their Bible. I know it says somewhere that said, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thy is this, thy that. Y'all never question who thy is? Bad students. Moving on. If I was a good student, why? I questioned everything. And a good teacher will answer every question that's asked. That's what I do. Ask the questions that you may have when I'm going to ask me. I can always answer the questions. But if you think you understand, then you really don't. How you know if you do? I go to church every week. I check in with my pastor every week to see if I got the message. Okay? I'm a student. He said, brother, right? You don't want to do that. I said, I know, but I'm the one. I got what I'm doing. I'm there for a reason. I don't know why they're there, but I'm here for a reason. Let's go. So, when I was ignorant of who? Thyself. I love my ego self. I love me some me, but I had no respect for who? Thyself. I didn't have a clue about God. I had money, drugs, and everything I wanted. I didn't need God. But when all that was gone, I'd be the first to tell you, Scooby-Doo, rut-roll. Yeah, I became familiar with God then. Okay, the old-fashioned way. When you ain't got nothing else, you go to God. Been there, okay? So, when I was ignorant of thyself, I loved myself, but I didn't have much respect for my higher self due to my what? Ignorance. Again, if something you don't know, you got to be responsible for it, but hey, I didn't know, okay, but I learned. Love is the emotion. All from here. A lot of times it come from what? The ego personality, because it's emotion, so they feel. So you are emotional, but when you have respect, I tell you, I would rather you respect me than love me. Why? The people we love, that's an emotion. We tend to do bad things to our loved ones. The people who respect, we put them in a different frame, so we tend not to do certain things. That's why I would rather you have your respect than your love. Why? Because your respect is meant to, your love is emotion, and that's the roller coaster thing. I don't like that. So in respect is having what? Knowledge of what? Your higher self, and showing respect for somebody other than yourself. That way you don't mistreat the people you respect. You don't do so much with the people we love. I'm a victim of the same thing. I know. Love ain't intelligence. Love is just an emotion. That's it. That's all it is. And when you get to understand what we call dispassion, detachment, and discernment, those three things, once you master them within yourself, you'll understand. I'm not cold-hearted. I just have control over my emotions. Better than most. That's all. We all have, but some people tend to, well, at a certain point, we all lose control. Why? Because they keep pushing. Now, my man, don't push me. Why? I'm close to the edge. I'm already close. Don't push me. All right? I'm about to lose my mind. So, all of us had that kind of stress and pressure in life. Okay? Been there, done that too. All right? But when you know through your own experience, thyself, now you would have reached what they call a level of nihas, which is the highest level of human existence. Knowledge of self. Know thyself. It don't get no higher, no better. And anything else you get other than that really don't mean a damn thing. So all the other knowledge you're getting, spare me. Why? I'll take my knowledge of self every day. But if you know who thy is, you know God. That's the first step. You need to know that. Now you would agree with me. Why? Now you know. You would agree with me. What? Who you are, God. If you don't know that, you don't know Jack. I'm just trying to get you to know that. I don't give a damn about nothing else. I don't care. I'm just doing one thing to get you to know you. That's it. I'm fully aware of that, and I'm fully able to do just that, nothing else. And I ain't trying to do nothing else. Come on, let's go. But a lot of people will miss the wordplay there. Oh, know thyself. Yeah, you have no idea. Right there. If you don't get the thy, you missed the boat. See, some jokes people get, some they don't. If you're smart and your comprehension level is up to par, pretty much you get the jokes. If you're a little slow, you rode the yellow bus, you might have to have explained to you. My man Michael Collier killed people like that. Why? Because if you ain't sharp and quick, you be like, huh, what? All right, moving on. But it's all about understanding the word. And a lot of people miss it. And it's symbolic. I just gave you the symbolism. And the word, thy, is God in disguise. Okay? That's the best I can tell you. Well, thy will. Okay? Anything thy is God. Now, what they did, they put a double message in the word, in a few words. No, okay? No, that means you had to experience. You had to get to know something, experience it, learn it, acquire it. To know thyself, a.k.a. to know God, what? Is to know thyself. Again, that's who thy is, but it's also you. See where we go with that? And a lot of people, it's still going by. Right now, it just went by a few people. I can't help that. I just give it to you. If you can't catch it, I'm like Saudi. I just throw it out there. Those who get it, God bless you. Those who don't, get busy. Why? Do some homework. Find out what's missing, what you ain't learning. Now, with the double concept, we are gods. We're in human form. I keep telling you, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. The physical body is the learning area. This is school for the spirit. The physical body is the school for the spirit. What? To learn a life lesson. What? To know thyself in the physical form. To become conscious of who we are. That's why the spirit don't get washed, but the conscious do. You come in here with a clean conscience. Why? Other one got wiped out. It didn't get enlightened, so it wasn't no use. Have no use. That's dying twice. If the physical body die and your conscience get eaten by Amen, you just died twice. Moving on. You no longer exist. Moving on. Now, we are gods, and again, in human form, not just that Christ God that the Christians just so hell-bent on. I'm not going to argue that. Could kill us. But you can't say he's God and nobody else is. That's what I'm saying. So, some things just don't work. Moving on. And when there's no memory, meaning the conscience has been wiped clean, there's no knowledge of self. You're ignorant of who you are. And that's the fair level playing for that everybody born equal with no knowledge, no memory of self. You have to figure it out as you go. And guess what? We don't come with instructions. But you got these guys, okay? You got the mystics, you got the gurus, you got a whole bunch of teachers. I'm just a little small guy doing best I could with what I got. But I know what I got is good. I ain't in competition, okay? Listen, we have been Christians led astray. I say that Christians, but anybody who follow a belief system, you have been led astray. And don't get upset with me. Please, God damn it. I'm just making a point. I'm not here to argue, debate with it. I'm just making a point. You can argue till you get blue in the damn face. It just won't be with me. Okay? So, with all these religions we have today, y'all all been bamboozled. And you don't even know it. So, you ain't going to agree with me. Why? Because you're a religious follower. You sucked into the nonsense. You ain't going to go with that. You ain't going to admit that you're ignorant. That's why you fail. Moving on. And you will be back for that reason. I believe. Okay, we'll see how far I believe gets you. I know. I take knowing over belief any day. I've been telling you that forever. Moving on. Good God Almighty. Now, your religion led y'all astray. And y'all seem to base everything on that religious concept for 2,500 years ago from the Pisces area and Ite era. And it's all based on belief and mysticism. Mysticism is mythology. Okay? It's still, isn't that why you can't get around that? Tell the Bible Thumpers is a book of allegorical, mystical stories. And then they can read it, study it, and maybe comprehend it better. And they can use it to their benefit. They don't want you to get... Moving on, I ain't got time. This ain't my lesson. This ain't the lesson. This is to know thyself. And the Bible don't give you that. If you know die, and your Bible thump, you should know that. Die means God, which is the actual essence of all human beings, the self. The self, okay, means you, so what? So know you are what? God. Consciously become aware of that. All you got to do is put it to the test. Live right, do right, be right, and see what happens. The Kundalini will rise in you. It's an automatic. You don't control it until what? You got to activate it. That's what you control. If you don't do it, it ain't going to do it either. God don't help you until you what? Do something for him. You got to give to him first. No, it don't work the other way around. You ain't going to be blessed and then look to be... No, you don't earn blessings after you get them. Don't work that way. Moving on. And again, thy is what? Ready to be praised. Not that Christ that y'all so adamant with, but if y'all choose to do that, my choice. But thy, God is who is worthy to be praised and worshiped. So who is thy? Asking the question. If you don't have the answer for that, you need to tune in. Why? You need some help. I can do that. I can do just that. Get you to know who God is. That's what I got for you. And thy is what? Thy will be done. Thy will be done. Where? On earth. As it is in heaven. Okay. What the hell does that mean? That's out of the Bible. What do it mean? I would love to hear a preacher break that phrase down to me. Because, first of all, who is thy? You want to answer that question? I'm sure you could tell me Christ. Okay, no, I'll say God. You can call it Christ, but that's thy. But his will, what is his will? Do you know thy's will? I practice spiritual discipline, a philosophical concept that lays down the law that you can follow. Y'all got 10 commandments. Okay, we have 42 confessed in my eye. Everybody has some rules to follow. I ain't gonna bother with that either. And if the rules that you live by that govern you get you to show me respect for what I do, I ain't gonna bother with you. At all. Not a bit. Now, my problem ain't with you. Now, you have to understand. Thy will be done on earth. What does that mean? You can answer that for yourself. But I'm telling you, that concept was handed down from my ancient ancestors. They told you thy a long time before the Bible came into existence. Did you know that? So we know who thy was. Okay, we ain't caught up on that. But if you carry or you live by thy will, that means you live in a righteous and virtuous lifestyle. I don't give a damn Muslim, Christian, Jew, but you still got to live that lifestyle. I know that much. I'm doing that without none of religion. So I don't need the religion to do that. I practice a philosophy. Moving on, not a belief system. Okay? Again, because you believe it and because that's your thing, I ain't saying you're wrong. At Judgment Day, that'll take care of itself. I don't need me to tell you that. All right. When you live that lifestyle, what happened? You'll be blessed. How do you get blessed? By God. Who's this thy God? Again, another word for God. We didn't have that word in ancient times. Never. Okay, whatever, but it wasn't God. The definition that fits, God generated, operated, destroyed. Yeah, accurate. But we didn't use it. We used nada. Moving on. Again, I keep playing y'all biblical game when that ain't my sport. Moving on. And I'm better at that than most of y'all. And what's this? Some call him Yahweh, the Jews, Allah for the Muslims, Christ for the Christians. I can go on, but no, I got to get this lesson out the way. But these are all just names that you believe is his name. He don't give a damn what you call him. He care about the deeds. That's what he blesses, not the name calling, not the prayers. None of that means nothing. The deeds. He reward you for what? Good deeds. But no matter what the name, it is what? Blessed by what? Deeds. So whatever name you call him, put the work in. And Allah will bless you. Yahweh will bless you. Christ will bless you. Okay, I ain't no problem with that at all. Again, what gets you to do what he wants you to do ain't nothing to do with me. Why? Because that means you want to encroach on me, you want to infringe on me, you want to disrespect me or abuse me or use me. I got no problem with that. Moving on. Those kind of people I can walk and talk with and share the space with. Why? I ain't no problem with their belief. Don't need to respect me. I respect them. Moving on. So you can call them anything you want. But when I found out, not from hearing, not from reading, when I found out for myself, okay, who thy was, changed my life. When I believed thy but when I found out for myself, it's been a rap ever since. And all I've been doing since was shouting, trying to get anybody to listen. Yo, man, you need to be doing this. Why? You recognize this and you'll be better off for it. What you mean? Know thyself. Serve, use what you know, practice it, and things will get better for you. Simple as that. And when you know who thou was, when I found out who thou was, for myself, AKA had my spiritual awakening, Nihas got the highest level of human existence, you couldn't tell me nothing. Why? Because I'm going to tell you what I know. I don't know what you know or don't know, but I know what I know, and this is what I know. That's why I do what I do. It's all for you. I got to give it to you. I have been serving him and teaching anyone who also wants to know him for themselves. Ever since. We're going on 15 years now. Let me call a whole bunch of stuff. Don't care, okay? Because what I get from him far outweigh anything you want to call me. All right? Understand that. And I hear people talking about, well, don't you want money? Yeah, but I don't do this for money. I do this for the blessings. Now, if his blessing means I want to get money, that's a whole different ball game for me. Why? That was my reward. I ain't got a problem with that at all. Moving on, excuse me. So, yeah, money ain't why I do this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Please understand that. Them guys on Sunday, they do it for the money. Them Sunday morning preachers, they in it for the winning. What? I'm just here every day trying to help people out who need what I got. Moving on. It ain't about that with me. But if you become God conscious as the right thing, that's my goal, and that should be your mission. Or my mission should be your goal. But you'll become spiritually disciplined. You will live, do, and be things a certain way. Why? Because you are God conscious now. You ain't a God believer. You're a God knower. So you know when you're serving God, you should be acting, doing, and being a certain way. Selfish service, righteous attitude, good, righteous toward people. Treat them the way you want to be treated. Your job is to do what you need to do. You can't control them. I gave you the Stoic lesson. Stoics do what's right. Stay on principle. I stand on the philosophy. Again, principles. My yachts. I'm God conscious. Again, meaning God, spelled conscious with the C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C, meaning I got the science of God. I got the understanding of God, so I'm God conscious. That means I know God. What? For myself. That makes me what? God-like in the flesh. Like Christ. How about that? My nose keep itching. But if you live, do, and be in the flesh godly, that's all Christ did. He knew himself. He just tried to help everybody he could in the way he could. So I get it. I understand. Why? I'm doing the same thing. Oh, now you Christ. No, I'm just a teacher trying to get you to master yourself. That's called the sage. That's what I am. I know for a fact. I think right. I talk right. And by doing that, I also what? Do right where? In God's eye. I could care less about man. I'm serving a higher power. Simple as that. And I ain't doing nothing out the way. Nothing, just doing the right thing. And that ain't hard to do. For some people, maybe it is. I get it. Not for me. I know God what is watching. What? Not just over me, but I know God sees my heart, a.k.a. He know my intentions. So if my intentions ain't pure, I can't be blessed for the action. If the action has a hidden agenda, it won't be blessed. God knows that. Then you know all that. All y'all preachers. Y'all preach and talk that God, and then you do the other stuff. That makes no sense to me. If you gonna preach it or teach it, you got to live it. That takes away the authenticity. That makes you a hypocrite. If what you say don't match what you do, you are a hypocrite, and I will not follow or listen to you. Simple as that. Moving on. Got you. But where we at? Okay, how about this? My heart and my mind work as one. That's putting me and God together inside myself, and I let him take control. And together as one, that's being what? God conscious, spelled with the science. Spelled with the science. My mind is of God. My thoughts lead to what? Good and righteous actions. When? Daily. You got to live it. You can't pick and choose. Like the Christians, I'll be nice today. Tomorrow, I'll be... No. It don't work that way. And the really ones don't do it that way. They do it every day. They do it every day. They do the same thing. I love my church family. Why? Because they don't church people. I used to look at church people as being different. Yeah, the people I go to church with, they're different. I can say that. I can say that. Why? From my own experience. I know the difference between church people and fake people. That's why. Okay? And again, my discernment is as sharp as a razor, dog. So I don't miss. Man, I tell my pastor about the people. He said, yeah, but okay, just check this. I let him know I'm watching. I see everybody. Okay, I watch everything. I'm the eyes in church. Okay, moving on. That's what I do in church. Watch, listen, and pay attention. All right. But my mind is of God. My thoughts leads to what? Good. And sorry about that. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm just trying to give you a lesson on God and die. This is just my concept. Moving on. Did you figure it out yet? Did you figure it out yet? Die is me and you too. So what? Love and respect yourself. And you'll do that to thyself. See where I'm going with that? Let me wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. God is thy. Thy is God. Do you understand the words that come out of my mouth? This concept yet? Figured out? I'm trying to tell you and God are one. God and you are the same. Once I had my own gnosis experience, that means to know by experience. You need to know God for yourself, not believing because I'm saying so or I say how God good to me. Damn that. You need to know for yourself. Why? Because if you did that, he'd be good to you too. He don't pick and choose. He just do it those who deserve. That's all. How he know? Why? Your heart. If your intentions ain't admirable, you got a problem. Remember Murphy, you ever heard Murphy's Law? What will go wrong, what could go wrong, will go wrong. If you bullshitting God, you're going to have Murphy's Law. He put that there just for you. Why? Whatever could go wrong, will go wrong. I lived that for a long time. Another one I forgot about. But when you get gnosis of my own, a.k.a. my mystical experience, my enlightenment, I have been teaching and run off at the jizz about God ever since. My brother said, dude, yeah, I'm persistent. I'm consistent. I ain't going to change. If you expected me to change, like my man told you, start counting the days. Why? Because that's whatever count that is, that's how far I'm going. Ain't stopping. No. You one of them? Yeah. I'm a Capricorn, damn it. But in my whole quest, I want all my right thinkers. My goal is to have all y'all to know their own God for themselves. Have your own God experience by what? Putting the work in, following the lessons I give you, and it'll happen. I know that. And for those who do that, let me know. I appreciate it. That's what I do for you, and I love doing that. Okay, so what? That when you know thyself, you got the lesson right. I don't know when that's going to happen for nobody other than myself. I got mine. I'm trying to get you to have yours. Ain't no time period on it, so go for it. But when you know thy is you, when you know thy in you, that means you know God in you. You are now what? You are thy. And you can now, what? Love and respect yourself. I do. Staples says, respect yourself, okay? And love yourself. All those things. You can't love the one with, love the one you're with. If you ain't got nobody, love yourself. No, don't touch yourself. I said, look, emotion. I ain't said nothing about physical. All right, remember this so y'all mind going somewhere else. All right, remember that. Again, I love and respect thyself. Why? Because, why? I know thyself. Do you? If you did, you would too. That's a lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back. You know how we do. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus that day. So I've never known my right thinkers who love, respect thyself have passed away.